Good day. Welcome back to my channel. This is Dika from Dika's Adventures. Today I am going to talk about a bass fishing hidden gem. It's a top water lure that when it's on, it's on. It absolutely kills it. I'm going to give you a little background on it and how I discovered it, and I'm going to introduce it. It's worthy of an introduction, and then I'm going to talk about it and give you some specs and what I think about it and how it's worked for me. All right, before I do, if you wouldn't mind subscribing, that's wonderful. Ring the bell, that'll alert you of any new videos that I got coming out. All right. So, if anyone's ever heard of Brett Hite, he's a professional fisherman, one of my favorites. A while back, I was into chatterbaits, and Brett Hite is kind of the king of chatterbaits. So I was watching all types of clips on YouTube of him, and I don't know if he was in a tournament. I actually think he might have been in like a Bassmasters Classic, and he was throwing this bait, and he was absolutely killing it that day. And he went and he threw the bait, and it was like in the air, and but no one knew what the bait was, and it was a big bait. It was really big. And so I kind of like paused the video so I could look at it, and I put something in the comments. Does anyone know what that bait is? Everyone thought it was a slammer, one of the sort of subsurface swim baits. Everyone thought it was a slammer. It turns out it wasn't. After a little investigation, I found out that it was this bait right here. This silly looking thing, and it's a top water bait with a very firm bill here, 2 hooks on it, place to put a 3rd hook, and the name of this, the original name of it was called the Noisy Dachs. So noisy with no E, and dachs, D-A-C-H-S, and it was a Japanese bait, and it came out in 2006. Now, Brett Hite, he introduces this like in one of the iCasts, and he talks about it, and he kind of says, I think the words he uses is he kept it under his hat for a while because it was discontinued, and it was basically gone. It was off the face of the planet, and no one really knew about it. It was, like I said, it was a Japanese bait, and it was called the Evergreen Timberflash, made by a company called Evergreen. It was called a Timberflash, and they called this line, there was a whole bunch of different ones, the Noisy Dachs, D-A-C-H-S. And it's a wonderful, wonderful bait. So Brett Hite kept it under wraps for a little while, and then in 2018 it came back, and Tackle Warehouse sells them now. They call them the ND 180s, and they're $90. $90 for this one. A little more expensive than the slammer, and you know what? In my opinion, it's well worth it as long as you don't get it lost in a tree or something like that. I'll give you some specs on it. It's 7 inches long, and what I like about it, it's really light. It only weighs 2 ounces. I mean, I fish it on a heavy rod, you know, with a low gear ratio, but you don't really need to. I mean, you could fish it on like a regular swim bait rod, or even a medium heavy. You know, you could get away with it. I'm not sure what color this is. They don't sell this color anymore. This is one of the original Timberflash ones from Japan. I think. Almost stuck myself. Look at that. And I got to change these hooks out. These hooks are bad. Oh, look at that. Mother fudge. Anyway, moving on. So the way you can tell the Japanese ones versus the ones that are made in the U.S. is they have these 4 treble hooks. They got 4 of them. The 4 hooks. I have another one here. You can still get this color. It's got the 4 hooks here. I have 3 of them. I have this one. I wish I knew the colors. I don't know the colors. I have this one, and this is my favorite by far. You can see that it's all banged up, and it's got some, even got a little rash on this. And I have a one this sort of this foil color, but it's red. It's got a dark red back and then a red on the side. And I use these for saltwater also. I use them for striped bass in the ocean, and they work absolutely wonderful. So I wrote some things down so I don't forget. If you've seen any of my videos, I don't want to leave anything out, so I kind of script what I'm going to write. So like I said, it's wooden. I didn't say that before, but it's 7 inches long, weighs 2 ounces. It's a wooden bait. Has a great action. Lots of noise, and this tail piece here, looks like a foot, is plastic. All right, so I'm not really sure what happened as far as, like, did the U.S. Own stock in it? Are they manufacturing it? Is it a little different and they're calling it the same thing, or did they buy them out? I'm not really sure, but so it came out in 2006 in Japan, and I think they just stopped making it. Maybe, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. I bought all mine on eBay for obviously less money. You can buy them used on eBay. I think a lot of people buy them for $90 and then never throw them, so they get rid of them, and they know they can get a quick buck for it because they are quite popular. There's a lot of people, and the people that have them want more of them, or they buy them up. So any of you guys who have ever watched YouTube channel with Tim Little and Matt Allen, it's called Tactical Bassin. In 2000, I want to say it was 18 or 19, Matt Allen is, if you know anything about him, he's a huge swimbait fan, big swimbaits. And apparently, and I didn't know this, but this was one of his favorites, and he claimed to have bought them all on eBay. I doubt very much he's listening to my channel, but you didn't get all of them. I got these 2 a while ago, and obviously you can buy them all over eBay now for short money. But I got these 2 a long time ago. So Matt Allen, you didn't get all of them. He claimed to get all of them, but anyway, he does. I believe the title. I wrote down the title. It's Summer Swimbait Fishing, and it says everything you need to know. And they're amazing. A lot of what I've learned is from watching both of them. So anyway, they talk about it, and they're going back and forth with swim baits. And Matt Allen, he kind of talks about the same thing that I did. Well, actually, he talked about it before me because I'm doing it now. But it was his sort of secret bait, a secret weapon, and it disappeared, and he tried to buy up all of them on eBay, and then it came back, and the people who use these aren't entirely happy that it came back, because when that topwater bites on, and when they're hitting it, they just hit it, they absolutely annihilate it, and it gets really, really hot. I mean, I use it on really hot days. But let me digress. Let me talk about Matt Allen for a little bit. So he's almost beside himself on the video that he's even talking about it. You'll have to watch it for yourself, but he's just like, I can't believe I'm even saying this, because I love this bait, and I'd like to keep it a secret and not let all my secrets out and everything. And, he's not happy about it being on Tackle Warehouse, and, he's just not happy sort of telling the public about it. And I'm not exactly happy either, but everyone can buy them now, so why shouldn't everyone own one and get some fish, right? So, all right, I don't want to make this video too long. So, plastic tail, it's called the Evergreen Timberflash. So I like to throw this. I'll give you a real life example. So I do the KBF state challenges online out of my kayak, and last year I did one in June. And I fished from 9 a.m. till noontime. It was really, really hot that day. And the only reason I got off the water is because it was just so hot out. It was coming up on 90 degrees. It was really humid. And where I was fishing, there was a lot of overhanging brush that was resting in the water. So obviously the fish were up underneath that in the shade, and I couldn't get anything up underneath it because the brush was resting in the water. But this, I just ran it parallel to the brush there, and they were absolutely murdering it. This exact same bait, absolutely murdered. Just a slow roll through it, and there's something about that noise, and I don't think it's the action. I think it's the noise. That noise, it just has a drawing power, and it just draws fish out of there, and it draws big fish out of there. So that day, in 3 hours, I put up 94 inches. Now that's pretty good. I didn't end up winning. Here in Massachusetts, everyone has usually upwards of 100 inches for first place, unless people have a bad day. But you need at least 100 inches to get first place, which is more than five 20-inch fish or bigger. But I put up 94 inches in 3 hours, and it was all on this bait. And it was a really hot day, bluebird skies, just a poor bite. I couldn't get them to hit on anything else, and I pulled this out and threw it, and they just started hammering it. And it catches big fish too. It catches small fish, but I feel that most times when it hits this, they're between 3 and 5 pounds or bigger. They're at least 3 pounds for the most part. I mean, it's a pretty good sized meal. All right. Excuse me, I'm getting parched. All right, what else did I write down here? I think that's all I got for you. So, if you're into swim baits, I know you're going to go on eBay and you're going to buy one of these because they're just lights out when it works, hands down. But if you haven't tried one, it's worth a try because it absolutely hammers fish. It's unique. It's weird looking. It's similar to a slammer, but in my opinion, it's just better. It's just better. It has a better hookup ratio. I don't know if it's more durable, but I think it has a better action. It's top water, so I think everyone should check it out. So give you a look at what I got here. This one's all beat up. Not too bad. It's this color, and I have this one. I just changed the hooks out of this. By the way, I go and I buy the Japanese 4 hooks. I don't know if it affects the way it swims. And there's a place here to put another hook if you wanted to, or I know some people that put a little extra weight on it. I don't know why you would want to make it heavier. So you could. This one seems more prominent where you could actually put another hook on it, as opposed to this one. It's a little buried in there. Maybe it pulls out. I have no idea. I'll try not to hook myself. But anyway, on Tackle Warehouse, the ND180, and the original name, maybe you can still buy them from Japan, I'm not sure, is called the Noisy Dachs, made by a company called Evergreen. It's Evergreen Timberflash and the Noisy Dachs. All right? Everyone be well. If you like, subscribe, hit the bell, and enjoy. Get out on the water and get fishing. Get yourself a Noisy Dach and start hammering those bass away. And like I said, they work good for stripers too. It's top water, but around jetties and lower areas, you can really get stripers. I've caught and got. I got a couple stripers on this last year. One keeper. All right. So be well. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again later.